and welcome to this webinar celebrating 15 years of Leonardo Energy. I'm Hans de Keulenaar and I'm pleased to make this presentation on behalf of the Leonardo Energy team. Our program for today consists of three parts. So first, as Fernando already mentioned, we will take you down a trip down memory lane, reviewing the milestones over the past 15 years. Then we will review the progress that we've made and the lessons that we've learned during this journey. And finally, we will share with you a few of our plans of what's next. A few key facts about Leonardo Energy in numbers. So our initiative is supported by over 100 experts who act as authors and experts, but also as market research, technology and policy consultants, and who contribute content to the initiative. And this has resulted into a library of close to 1,000 resources in various formats. But our biggest asset is, of course, our 30,000 members from across the world, without whom our initiative would be meaningless. These members come from 186 countries, making Leonardo Energy a truly global initiative, and we try to serve them with 11 dedicated programs with various focus. Note that Leonardo Energy itself is supported by a rather small team of 6 professionals employed by Copper Alliance, who manage the initiative on a day-to-day basis. It all started about 15 years ago on a sunny June 8th day with a workshop on the cost of poor power quality. Remember, 50 years ago, this was the age before smartphones, before notepads, and before we had digital cameras. In a workshop with about 50 professionals, power quality was identified as a bottom line issue for about half of European businesses, affecting their profitability. And the group decided to act on this. And as a result, LPQI, the Leonardo Power Quality Initiative, was born. Already 1 year later, through 10 national power quality partnerships, we were delivering on average 1 seminar per week and participating to 1 trade fair per month. And in this first roller coaster year, we reached 250,000 professionals in the built environment with our messages on power quality. LPQI's flagship publication was and is, as it continues until today, the Power Quality Application Guide, which targets engineers and managers with solutions for their power quality problems in their operations. Power Quality Guide was published in 36 notes, translated in 11 languages, including some of the more exotic languages such as Russian and Turkish. Secondly, the LPQI also had a highly interactive website. This was way before the Web 2.0 days, which even included an e-learning function. Three years of hard work led in 2004 to the LPQI Award, which was awarded by the European Commission DG Education and Culture, where LPQI was retained as 3 out of 4,000 projects as a best practice in vocational training. And this gives us a very good basis, the award, in addition with the lessons learned over the past couple of years, to launch Leonardo Energy. Compared to LPQI, Leonardo Energy is a much broader initiative. So LPQI is focused on power quality. In Leonardo Energy, we focus on sustainable energy at large. But this broader focus has come at the sacrifice of the 11 languages. So we no longer publish in 11 languages, but in English only. Another big change is that from 10 national power quality partnerships, we moved communication completely to web-based communication, and we now only publish electronically, which has allowed a much broader scope of the initiative. In the following years, LPQI and Leonardo Energy coexisted as brands next to each other, and we've run them in parallel for a while, gradually reducing the LPQI brand and increasing the LE brand, which gradually took over. Into 2005, LPQI was expanded to countries such as Romania, Croatia, and Egypt. And we also launched a power quality magazine called EPQ. In 2006, LE was awarded two projects: the SEED project on power transformer efficiency, which was which indirectly led to regulation on power transformers later on, and the 4EM project improving motor efficiency in the Central and Eastern European member states who had just joined the European Union. Following year, our most significant milestone was probably the Asian Power Quality Initiative, expanding the power quality dissemination to Asia, to countries such as China, India, and most of Southeast Asia. But most fun was probably the Expo 3D Forum, a virtual world we created on sustainable energy. So this was a world like a kind of second life for sustainable energy, consisting of 3 exhibition halls, one on renewables, one on energy efficiency, and one on distributed generation. There was also a conference center with 2 meeting rooms, and we held weekly meetings there with discussing a variety of sustainable energy topics. The Power Quality Application Guide, with its 36 application notes, effectively formed a handbook of power quality, and edited by Professor Angelo Baggini. In 2007, we published the Power Quality Handbook, which continues to serve as a reference today. Then in 2008, e-learning technology matured. We had very powerful e-learning platforms available, such as Moodle, and we took this as an opportunity to relaunch our e-learning initiative with Leonardo Academy, based on Moodle. And of course, we started with the 10-module comprehensive course on power quality to get this project going. In the same year, we completed the European Power Quality Survey, which quantified the cost of poor power quality for European business to be 150 billion euro per year, which is roughly equivalent to 1% of the European GDP. And this was an important finding because this made power quality, which had been a technical issue up to then, made it into a political issue meriting regulator attention. You see the report here, and note as well in the left corner of the brochure, the co-branding LPQI and Leonardo Energy. In 2009, we achieved the regulation on motor efficiency, completing a process which had been started in late 2003-2004 with a white paper on high-efficiency motor-driven systems. And this led in 2009 on the regulation for high-efficiency motors. Encouraged by this success, we started the following year the work on power transformers. So on the one hand, encouraged by the success on motors, but also using the results from the SEED project that we talked about before, we started the eco-design process, or we supported the eco-design process, which normally is expected to take 5 years, and in this case we were not disappointed. It effectively took 5 years to come to conclusion. The Power Quality Survey was a unique body of knowledge and was used as input for the economic framework of to assess power quality problems developed by C. Gray, and that work was published in 2011. At which time we also participated to the EPQ conference. Following year, we started our Africa project. This project developed a business model on how to electrify peri-urban areas. This means basically suburban areas in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa, in a safe and efficient manner. And the major innovative component of this business model was that it was using or proposing microfinance in order to finance the renovation that was needed. In the same second bullet, we also developed a white paper on tarification structures for sustainable electrification in the region. Economic sustainability is not only an issue in Africa, it's also an issue with renewable support schemes. And in 2011-2012, this became a critical issue. And so we developed a grid parity monitor to provide guidance to regulators to design their support schemes in the most for maximum cost effectiveness. This grid parity monitor that we developed together with CREARA is probably the most detailed available on the market, and therefore also provides detailed guidance to regulators to help them. Second effect of grid parity, however, is that the focus in renewables is shifting gradually to non-financial barriers. And so therefore we started in 2013 the Clean Energy Regulators Initiative, which supports regulators to prepare electricity systems for energy efficiency and renewable energy by offering regulatory advice from world-class experts. In the same year, we screened the IEA's more than 40 implementing agreements of their technology assistance program, and we joined two of the oldest ones in order to cooperate on the energy transition. For energy efficiency, we joined IEA DSM, which is an implementing agreement which works on energy efficiency and demand flexibility in electricity systems. And on renewable energy, we joined IEA PVPS, which works on photovoltaic systems, their policy, economics, and technology. Technology also enables many new features in homes to improve their comfort, their safety, their security, to provide entertainment features, and to improve their efficiency. Fortunately, these new features are often forgotten in the planning phase for new homes, which tends to happen in a very busy phase of most people's lives. But when forgotten, they are much more difficult to add later on. And therefore we started an awareness campaign targeting architects, installers, but also homeowners or future homeowners to make them aware about the possibilities of the new electrical installation. In 2014, we repeated the success on motors with transformers, and we achieved the eco-design regulation on transformer efficiency. With motors, it took 5 years. In transformers, from the first point, it took unfortunately 15 years, but the result was nonetheless very welcome. And 3 times is a charm. So we are now aiming to advocating also eco-design regulation on building automation systems, where the potential is even bigger than with motors and transformers. So building automation for European building stock offers vast energy, cost, and CO2 saving potentials. So hopefully we will achieve this target in 5 years and not 15 years. And our latest milestone is the industry project. It has also been a few years in the making. It is a project to combine wind energy with industrial DSM and to couple a wind turbine directly to an industrial process and run that process with the wind. This technology would enable a further 70 gigawatt of wind integration in the European electricity system. For your reference, the current wind capacity in Europe is about 130 gigawatts, so this would mean a significant increase. And for industrial operators, it would provide stable energy prices as well as a very credible decarbonization scenario. So let's now move to the second part and look at how the program has evolved over the past 15 years. First of all, the scope of the initiative has been dramatically increased. Significant learnings through the 15 years, as well as the use of new technologies for web-based marketing, have enabled Leonardo Energy to do much more with the same people and the same resources. The first expansion is in initiatives, so from power quality to 11 initiatives. And first, these initiatives were programs in the periphery of power quality, such as energy efficiency, distributed generation, renewables, building automation, and so on. But then gradually we even moved beyond them to programs such as access, safety, and energy policy. In the 15 years, Leonardo Energy has become a custom publisher. The 36 application notes are still in the publication process today, but now we have a publication program with around 1,000 application notes, white papers, webinars, courses, and so on, which are published and also maintained. The big advantage of webinars, in contrast to seminars, is that they can be recorded, or they can be easily recorded, and so you seldom need to repeat them. So when we did in 2001 weekly seminars, these were basically repeat seminars in the various countries. Meanwhile, we've done something like 400 webinars, and about half of these have been recorded and are available 24/7. And together they provide a comprehensive library of online learning. And this led us to the idea to convert this into an online academy with a comprehensive e-learning offering called Leonardo Academy. Leonardo Academy itself has also significantly evolved. It had originally 10 modules focusing on power quality, and nowadays we offer over 140 learning units, about 500 hours of online learning, and we add 2 to 4 learning units per week. So the idea that we want to be a one-stop shop for e-learning on sustainable energy, I hope that you will agree that it is not a hollow phrase. We're rather lucky that we're in 2015 in between 2 major milestones. So we can look back 15 years ago to 2000, which was major milestone in EU energy policy, and we can look forward to 2030, which is another milestone. We're halfway, and in between these 2 milestones, the world has changed significantly. 15 years ago, we were before Fukushima. Renewables were rather expensive. Regarding EU energy policy, besides the internal market and liberalization policy, there was rather limited policy. 1997-2000 was also the time of the Kyoto Protocol, which aimed for a 5.2 reduction of EU emissions by 2010. At the time, EU emissions, greenhouse gas emissions, represented 17% of global emissions. And also I remember from the time that on domotic technologies, home automation, it was rather fatigue. It was more seen like a gadget. And Sony had just come out with its movie, Who Killed the Electric Car? And on a more general front, Internet 2.0 was still a bit into the future, and e-learning was really quite exotic. Now, looking forward, extrapolating these trends, I hope that we will not be embarrassed in 15 years by these predictions, but we expect that nuclear will remain controversial. Countries such as Belgium, Germany and Japan are on a path to phase out their nuclear operations. On the other hand, we see more and more plans for near 100% renewable electricity systems, even renewable energy systems. So near 100% renewables will be maybe within reach in 15 years from now. 2030 will also be 34 years after the first liberalization directive 1996. So we will hope that the integrated energy market will be, to a large extent, achieved by the time. And also we will be well on track to have decarbonized our economies by at least a factor 5. It's sobering to see that by 2030, EU emissions are expected to be a mere 5%, 5 to 7% of global emissions. So EU, from being a leader on climate change, will probably evolve into a best practice case study, how a major economy could decarbonize. And on home automation, we will probably have dozens of apps to manage our homes. Electric vehicles will still be limited, but we will have increasingly many hybrids on the road. Internet, even today, is already ubiquitous, and we will have MOOCs everywhere, MOOCs, massive open online courses. So what's next for Leonardo Energy? What can you expect from us? So we've done a survey in 2014, from which we received something like 600 responses, and we've taken those comments very seriously. So first and foremost, I think what we will do in the near future is to remove or gradually reduce the interactive and community features from Leonardo Energy, because these are used to a very limited extent, and when used, they are not always used in the most correct manner. So we will move these features to our LinkedIn group or also to Leonardo Academy. And so Leonardo Energy will focus to be primarily a resource library. So we want to be a first-class resource library on the sustainable energy transition. Through the blog, we will move from quantity to quality, and we aim to give you in-depth briefings on emerging energy technologies, policies, and so on. We will also intensify, upon your request, our webinar program and e-learning efforts. I think this year we've done very good with about 80 webinars scheduled for the first half of 2015. And we will offer you new types of resources. For example, FAQs in our just launched help desk. From a topic perspective, we will launch, and we actually have just launched after Easter, our energy policy training, for which we have the third session this Friday. We will continue our Energy Technology Watch and to report on you promising emerging energy technologies, and we will also regularly report progress on these. And also on the blog, we will report on to you about the world from the world of science. We are following the scientific press, and milestone reports and findings we are reporting on the blog. Where to find us? So the main website is leonardoenergy.org, which is the library and the blog. But there is also Leonardo Academy, where we have about 8,000 students on campus now, which is our e-learning portal. And then the help.leonardoenergy.org, our help desk, where we have so far something between 100 and 150 FAQs to help you get started on your sustainable energy project. How to work with us? So we are very welcome. So if you wish to review an existing application note or even propose a new one, I would say contact Bruno, who is online here as well today. Hello, Bruno. If you wish to contribute a webinar presentation on a topic, contact Fernando. If you feel the need to develop an e-learning course on a sustainable energy topic, contact Roman. And for contributing an article or anything else, contact me. So thank you for your attention and looking forward to your comments.